Hi, this is Tom Moran with the All Hazards Consortium. Just wanted to let you know that if you clicked on our ad, we're making you aware of something you may never have heard of before. But I will promise you one thing. It will change the way you respond to emergencies. Everyone needs better information during emergencies. What we found over the past 10 years is that decision makers, public and private, have plenty of data. They have systems. They have processes and procedures. They have all kinds of information. The problem is it doesn't communicate with other agencies or other companies or other organizations when it hits the fan. Decision makers are faced with tons of requests for information. What's going on? How do I keep track of transportation and weather and documentation and who's coordinating with who? How do I do this? Is it safe yet? How do I get access? There's a myriad of issues that face decision makers, logisticians, and everyone else around the country when it comes to these regional disasters. So one of the things we've noticed is there's a pattern. A disaster hits, and all of a sudden, there's a bunch of organizations that light up processes and systems and start sharing information, but they're not always on the same page. They're all trying to do the same thing. They're trying to get businesses back in business and get these communities restored that are impacted by the flood or the power outage or the hurricane or the tornado or the earthquake or whatever the disaster, terrorist event or whatever is. And so you've got a number of state and local groups immediately jump into action. They're complemented by the private sector who own the electric infrastructure and fuel, and so they operate their systems and their contractors and they begin moving. Then you have the federal government gets involved because they handle the large, bigger multi-state issues. You've got a number of organizations there, and then finally you've got the trade associations, and all these people are spun up that have mechanisms or processes or solutions that are all designed to put information together and make sense out of it. So where do you go to get someplace central if you're not part of all these spheres? Where do you go to do that? Well, have we got a new solution for you? It's not our solution. It's been developed in part by the federal government investments, by the private sector investments, and over the last 4 or 5 years, the electric sector and the members of the Fleet Response Working Group on the East Coast of the United States have been putting together something called 1StopOps. What is 1StopOps? 1StopOps becomes a single place for you to come and get information, documents, pictures, videos during disastrous events across multiple states. This could be natural, man-made, accidental, it doesn't matter. And so what you'll learn here in just a few minutes, you put in your email and click submit, you'll get access to a video we're going to show you at length and explain to you how this came about, who's involved, where it's going, which is very exciting, and what its capability means to you. So at the end of the day, 1StopOps is just going to reduce your research time and expedite decision making during these regional emergencies, disasters, and accidents. When these things hit, typically you're probably on the web looking for information, trying to find information so that you can do your thing within your government or industry organization. 1StopOps reduces all that search time and brings a lot of this to you. Today they've got 15 or 20 apps. By the end of this year, they're going to have over 70. So all these apps do one thing, is expedite information flow and decision making. The next thing it does is it's going to help industry coordinate with government and vice versa through a common operating picture. They've got fantastic technology developed by NOAA, over a $5 million investment into this dashboard, this geocollaborative dashboard that allows people to be on the same page at the same instant across 30 states, 10 federal agencies, and 80 utilities. Fantastic technology. You'll get a chance to see it in the video. Faster decisions through unique products. This is unique to this, which is very exciting. You'll learn about that in a few minutes. The last thing here, it keeps you in the know. It keeps you up to speed so you know what's going on and who's doing what. Probably the most important feedback we've gotten from initial users over the last 2 years, it helps us avoid mistakes. Because when you don't know what's going on, you can't make a great decision. And all too often what happens is you know what's going on within your company or maybe your sector, but you don't know what's going on in other sectors or other states or across the federal and state government. That's the problem. 1StopOps ends that. So who's been involved in this? As you can see, many different federal and state organizations all working through the All Hazards Consortium and its multi-state fleet response working group have been putting time and energy into their own spheres and efforts, brought information together from around the country to help form the backbone of 1StopOps, not just its legal framework, but its policy and process framework, its infrastructure, its technology partners, and the data. At the end of the day, the data. So all these organizations are data consumers, data providers, and you get to benefit from that. And over time, you'll see this sphere grow even farther. This is only a small percentage of the stakeholder organizations that have had a key role in the development of this fantastic new capability. So what's going on with the enhancements? Today, we've got about 15 or 16 apps, and over time, you'll see them come out and develop more and more. This is part of a service offering. We'll be using this for a number of different education and training, planning and exercises. We've got a number of different apps that are on the drawing board now, as you'll see. At the end of the day, today it's designed to give you information around weather, around transportation, around documentation, and expedited guidance that'll get you across borders faster, through toll stations faster, and so forth. And the list goes on and on as far as the development team. What you see here is something new that's coming this year in 2017 is a resource library. Where can I go to get information or products and services in these areas? So you'll see a list here of things that are currently available, things that are in development, and things that are on the future that we're going to continue to develop as we continue to work with our industry and government partners. Lastly, 1StopOps is the new way to do emergency response and information sharing. Never have we seen something so fast, so simple, that is being crowdsourced and jointly invested in by federal government, states, private sector. Fantastic opportunity. So as you look at the apps that are available today, think about things that you might need in the future. Look at what we have on the drawing board, and more importantly, send us an email and let us know things that you think would be really valuable. Decide to use this service. We encourage you to put in your email. We don't spam. We got too many organizations involved for us to do anything that would break the trust framework that's been built. So submit your email. We do that as a way to vet people. No Hotmail. Use your corporate email. Use your professional email. And press submit, and you'll get access to some demonstration videos to show you how some of these apps work. And you'll get access to an educational video to give you a lot more information about who's involved, where it's come from, costs, how the service model works, and more importantly, where it's going in the future. So we hope this information was helpful. Thanks for visiting our page today.